welcome. Whoa, flying saucers. The motherfucking family alive has begun. The evolution. The Zealot. The soul of the here the whole time, man. Xavier motherfucking bell. And Count D is a rainbow wizard. Sorcerer. What's up? It's about blaze. What is the deal? This is the deal. I ain't the prophet, but I love to spit the prophecy. Living up in liberty, expression of divinity. Swimming in tranquility, solving mysteries of misery. Count Bungula up in the auxiliary. Jaw rising with persistence. Gives me gifts like Christmas. Love is just the absence of resistance. I wanna feel better than the day I did before. So relaxed and relaxed, and I lax a little more. On a quest to redefine the definition. It's time to stop and listen. There ain't any for permission or the coalition. Does everybody know the fluoride in the flow? The oil's running low, and why they won't just let us grow? I feel complete surrender. The officer offender, the Dolores as oppressor. But we will rise together, and then we will remember. Just like I said before, fuck the law and the war. We are love for lovers, all and that's the deal.
On the mic, words causing the line.
When these syllables unite,
we're the family alive. Getting real on the mic, words causing the line.
Many syllables are tied,
we're the family alive. Getting real on the mic, words causing the line.
When these syllables unite,
we're the family alive. Getting real on the mic, words causing the line.
Many syllables are tied,
we're the family alive.
I'm Xavier, amazed by the way you're not phased. Don't recognize my face, I've been listed missing for 5 days. Living inside of a cave with a handful of grenades and forced to gunpoint to play. Only instead I offered charades. Led astray, but now I'm decapitating my hateful ways to take them away, delay the return of the Mars crusade. That until the dying day will seal his life mistakes and let the truth be ciphered at his weight so the funeral ground shakes. And yeah, I smoke a lot of pot, but probably not enough to see my rap flow stop. I'm not condoning its top notch comparison to crack rock. I just don't know how cops lock my dealer up, especially when my brain didn't rot. And on behalf of everyone who's been a victim, you can suck my cock for acting with that real wisdom. You live in a world of fiction. My prediction is there's a reason your dick's itching. Brothels only make you a slip-in.
Spitting real on the mic, words causing the line.
When these syllables unite,
we're the family alive. Spitting real on the mic, words causing the line.
Many syllables are tied,
we're the family alive. Spitting real on the mic, words causing the line.
When these syllables unite,
we're the family alive. Spitting real on the mic, words causing the line.
Many syllables are tied,
we're the family alive.
Descendants of prophets, we got decadents in office. Enough of us coppers from coppers and shit. Cough and spit, lit spliff, witness the fittest. Delicious word gymnast, grimace at the quickness as I metamorphosis from vicious to forgiveness. Big business and motion sickness. With this, win wisp with wit, retrieving lyrics lipless. For with this, miss, leaving lidless kids with lethal lyrics, terrific spirits and metaphysics. Satiric, specific statistics in acrylic. And I need to proceed to a high consciousness hypothesis. We fly from this monotonous megalopolis apocalypse. Out of the ignorant populace orifice, it's time to fucking stop this shit. Fuck the government's wanted list. I'm dropping loggers with fists, stopping dozers with splits, and my confident ominous esophagus.
And that's the deal.
On the mic, words causing the line.
When these syllables unite,
we're the family alive. Spitting real on the mic, words causing the line.
Many syllables are tied,
we're the family alive.
And that's the deal.
Words causing the line.
When these syllables unite,
we're the family alive. Spitting real on the mic, words causing the line.
Many syllables are tied,
we're the family alive.
And that's the deal. And that's the deal. XB.
What up, pal?
Dude, let's get this track down before the Zealot gets here.
Zealot. Yeah,
What does Zealot even mean, man?
I don't know, dude. Something about being black.
Alright, bro, you go first up.
I got first. Suits me, G. Suits me.
Yeah.
let the beat drop.
Control your whole life like the Bible, and in the theory have no rival. Survival of the fittest, what is this? I'm clearly not into religious business. Public's high on his instinct. How about I inflict an inch thick pin through his pin dick? Oops, looks like I let the pen slip. Looks like I could have ended my clean slate that's been suspended on top by these pretenders. And over dramatic, emphatic, halfway spastic, planning these savage tactics to see you all go backwards. Watch me as I go gadget on these maggot pricks with automatic rap stash to flip the differences. But first, let me take the powder before I come back in approximately half an hour to see my enemies be devoured. Rain on these fuckers with only the greatest of acid showers. Look around, then underground, that's where I've been this whole time, not making a sound. But then Josh said he wanted to make people surround, so we decided to fuck shit up from that point until now. Look how I step out of bounds, and as we continue to move forth, on behalf of myself and evil inner thoughts, never come between the three wizards, of course. You wanna see depiction of unproportional thoughts.
And so it is.
The great question up into a star forever. Are we thinking her? I know the spirit of Big Pun is here forever. Like me and Steve, we'll be rocking on the track together. I'm shifting through the never intergalactic springs where the Zealot disagrees, and now they're in a light of bigs. They do exciting things to fulfill their purpose, for the calm that it brings beneath the surface. We're in a circus of pirates and kings, and then we fly to the sky on the back of Pegasus wings. Such incredible things, the time becomes narrow. I can see the pharaohs searching for the lost tarot. Check your wrist, watch the time at TikToks. Fairies and dimensional beings like Sasquatch. I've had thoughts about stars and minds, and what it's like to live amongst the Atlantean times. I've journeyed interdimensional, how do I get back? Through the forgotten portals of the blackest tesseract. When lights drop, then reality shatters. There will be psychosis induced into the masses, but their complexity is hardly hidden, written in the scriptures in the club you usually don't believe in. Fuck the money, cause it won't bring alignment. You can deny the law, but you can never defy it. Like the presence that arises at the end of the sentence, the silence is the product of the mind and soul's alliance. The greatest gift from the grandest creator, each moment's original. There are no duplicators, but there are plenty of haters, cause they hate themselves. Reality's a reflection of the perception of your wealth. Living pure is the truth in action. We can choose to create all of as a reaction. And so it is. of the sacred sand. It was north of the conscious tumor. And when I loaded up the bowl, it was tall like Nicholas Cooter. That's where I'd write them, study to a lie, tend the beats and rhymes. That was snap necks, I committed crimes. More than just sometimes on the deck, where I can step back and reflect on the cause and effect. The intertwining, double strain of the helix, the always rising twin flame of the phoenix. They had a paradigm that was pointless, limited in choices from the hostility and violence. They couldn't sit in silence. Addiction is avoidance, attempt to get away from the eternal voices. But when you run, then they chase through the vastness of infinite space.
Of a regal raked up repertoire, harm you before you're killed like an Indonesian abattoir. Savage scars on these fake faggots rapping hard about money, guns and cars. I'll rip your body from your arm while my heart's still beating slowly and calm. Farm these lyrics like they're psalms written on the sun of your palm. Prepare to be disarmed, attacking these worthless cheats
with a perfect piece of verbal treat from these herds of free for your news is obsolete.
These secrets leak as they leak from your bleak beak. You're weak like Mary Magdalene as she weeps at Jesus' feet. With turn we speak like creeps on the street in a fearless flow, and anyone near us knows
the smell of sulfur follows us wherever we go. Gins and angels jotting every word we bestow. In slow-mo they say fuck your status quo
as we ascend to the new plateau, using words as the dough, spinning flows to and fro.
I watch your brain like the motherfucking TV. Mystery replay today, ability, no liberty, life's injury from trickery. Contradictory popular belief of history, gingerly spitting artillery with slippery wizardry. Eerily, never wearily, are you fucking feeling me?
Can't be.
For your ass to send for aspirant, watch you fast ferment in a line of descent. Get your mouth to repent, dash your house with malcontent. I'm out in the blouse to give advice and content. Misrepresent, eating words for supplements. No discouragements unless you're discontent with my argument. And then Chris gets on with this army, spits to this unclipped scripts. To the leaders in charge, that's a direct request for you to discard your health. Discharge the wealth, back to the rightful shelf. Taste the medicine that you have dealt. Erase these races with no basis. Brain spits while oasis, bitch. He's trying to be evasive and placid. Many saturated fatty acids. I'm quite persuasive when I get my latest aggressive rapist sadist to stand adjacent and ruin your homeostasis with my gracious playlist. Give you a facelift, take off your face and leave you faceless. Face this case of mine replaced in deep spaces. When you die, you better hope to go to higher places. But when the angel of death comes, he never hesitates or waits. He just takes and takes. So live your life, not a fake. Just in case you never know when your time is placed. Life is a dream, don't make a haste, just sit and contemplate. See your perceptions begin to dilate. Eradicate this common contemporary hate, which is a temporary
Mutha
trait.
Funk you, right to your face. Try to keep up with my pace, salacious, so is life the way. Separate, then dedicate. A team full of people who hate disgrace. State the stakes of the state of the caliphate. Religion then incriminates. And in case I need make no mistakes, I will rely on my fate. I'm just a civil civilian villain posing as children, exposing closed secrets locked up in the Pentagon building. Fuck the feelings, I'm chasing women and pilgrims. This is not a safety drilling. I think I saw blood spilling through the ceiling. Selling penicillin at your local food pavilion. Living out of pocket, but I'm only soon to have millions. But watch me as I pop it like a rocket hydraulic and leave you in the socket when you drop it and can't even stop us. started ripping for shits. Freestyling with friends over classic hits, smoking the spit. Nah, only bonds we ever rip. Get a grip, happiness is freestyle and the rest is scripts. Hear me and you think I found Biggie's hidden hits. Nah, just gain self-wit, that's for all you stupid pricks. Sit whilst you get so sick, you get the shits. Like a gymnast doing the split, zip your V-lips. I'm Xavier, I like long walks along the beach and spending days throwing razor blades into fans and to see if they come off and ricochet.
A fish is safe in the fishbowl, but free in the ocean. If joy is the effect, then love must be the potion. There is some confusion about death, and I'd like to clear it. There isn't life after, only life that's different. We divorced from the spirit, severed apart. Now we smile with our eyes and look with our heart. Forgiveness, it's another name for freedom. Into even the reason of meaning to your belief. As we shift through the frames of infinity, the Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost connects the Trinity. For thy the kingdom, the power and the glory, by default or deliberately create our life story. We don't go to heaven, cause we're already there. When the student's ready, the teacher will appear. It's not the light or the dark, but the turning into. I can only see it be what I can see in you. Not to decide, it's to decide to not. We all once due, but then we forgot. We focus on the positive, the negative, but rot. You only are what you are, relative to that, but you are not. So now I got a fucking bad habit. Neurosis, psychosis, increasing doses, misdiagnosis. I need some space from the closeness. Space to breathe, space to see. Space to light the flame, to cleanse away the toxic energy. A prisoner of the regret because I didn't succumb to the way it is, when it is. I pray to the mother spirit and all that's above. Send me strength, send me will, send me courage and love. Send me the wisdom to follow the way of the doubt. Send me the strength to ignore the issues of the now. To let allow, I'm letting go of the how. My fate's in the hands of God, it's now so about. Success isn't what you do, happiness is winning. There can never be an end, cause there was never a beginning.
Very innovative, causing craters when I get creative. Sedated basis, tasteless, evasive hatred, basic computer pacing. A human facing a raping, mind enslavement. Life in caveman, complacent faces, invasions of atoms, vibration and inflation. Infellatio, frustration. I'm recruiting to take down and ruin the humans, rooted in telecommuting like Rupert. You're fucking stupid. Rip the cataracts from your eyes and see the world in a lucid, undiluted and polluted. Revolt and be like Cupid, undisputed and secluded from the populace that is deluded. Molecular fusion, house intruding, brain intruding, never concluding, only ever interluding, only pursuing pupil diluted and smoke brewing, lung polluted. So never come refuted in computing, disputing. So fuck Obama and Putin.
I gotta get back to the place I was at the start. Relinquish the fear that was forced in my heart. Coming from the root to the crown chakra, the polarities combined by the spirit of the Yorker. Insane like a fox, opaque like the sucks. The wake up the wave, the leading edge bow shucks. If there was one path, then there would be one person. Attention to attack creates the need for protection. Experience detected by perception, and we operate within the four laws without exception. We are extensions of the one mind crossed. Not to get to the same force, but we have become lost of our once knowing of who we are, but we chose to forget so that we could discover another aspect of each other. A new view in the mirror. The vows getting thinner, the glass getting cleaner, the green getting greener, the loss of the leader.
Infinitely predicting the filthiest facts. An alchemist into weeding the track, into cleaning up raps, hidden meanings intact. Intermediate slap, government feeding you speed and crack. Punish you for taking the trap. Take a line and read it back. Reenact history's need for a backlash. Act rash, make contact with hash. Get the contract, retract and smash. Listen to the jumps he speak. Let the truth sweep the streets. Turn these filthy beat freaks into intelligent beasts. What human beings were meant to be. Free to be free, free to behave, not free to be slaves. Shave this lawless law with this cut throat razor blade. To the nerds and hermits, it's this sick secret service. Deserves this hurtful purple furnace. Television reflects the truth the furthest. Deters us from this murderous circus. Slave permits from finding the surface. The system's nervous. Purpose worth its urban purpose. Earnest pervin purchase a servant service. Witness the verses, is the servant verses. Leave you in a hearse without your epidermis. Close the curtain, shirtless Curtis. Grab the weed in your thermos and let's burn this. Methodical thoughts, rhetorical retorts. Analyze the reports, exercise for the lords. No more callers. This is the formless, lyrically gorgeous, lawless, vividly draw this, infinitely flawless. I pour this to informally inform internally torn kids. Aussie hip hop's got me yawning from this boring, deforming, corny beast that is spawning a piece of complacent beats to keep the elites with their sweet treats. But we're the top athletes at the track meet, tackling obsolete actors in the hip hop backseat. Siege to the Z, XB and Count B, shifting through eternity.
Diagnosis is you can't cope with this. It's the return of the X, whipping your chest and shoving Viagra pills down your neck. I got a hectic deck. Wait, last I checked, you were next as I recollect on my tick sheet. Get back here, you sneaky cheat. Pay me back the money you unreasonably took from Brisbane's rap industry. Jumping 6 feet from a ladder, elbows to salt and batter. Your brain matter shattered, does it really matter? And here's a fucking message to the actors. Actions speak louder than words, so watch me drink dry without coming close to the curb. I'll probably swerve, probably power over the top of a prosthetic nerd. Probably the only son of my mom's who she cursed upon bursting out of a skirt. But I guess life could be worse. I've been put on this earth, certain to wait, a potent to make your funeral service more late than a settling pay date for one of my mates. Well, the government doesn't really help me. I stay close to my friends who are wealthy, and then stay stealthy, cause that way I remain healthy. Don't try to fucking help me save as far-fetched as they come. Halfway crumb, goddamn, he's the son of a gun. Al said I couldn't swear in his one, but he's a prick, he's a cunt. Delusional stump, tripping on pollution and rum. said to me he needed something to please the mainstream society and bring them back to their knees. So I asked he provide me a thesaurus to read, a 25 bag of weed and pharmaceutical speed. And in return, I'll give you back what you perceive to be lacking previously. Feel free to freely feel me. I'm rolling in the mud like a pig getting filthy. No point crying over spilled milk, it's still spilled, B. And by the age of 40, if I'm not dead or have money pouring, I'll be with rich women escorting, because I hardly see myself affording this type of studio recording. So find me on Google under soft porning. I roll new videos every Thursday morning, inspired by the ideas I'm spawning. And if it's not too corny, I'll be more reassured on the point that I'm forwarding. I'm the worst nightmare to Tony Abbott, an educated aboriginal, and for the time being, let's go all out and say as well as that a savage faggot. I don't need to practice. Listening, talking sucks. I'd rather sit on top of a cactus and told I can't get off until I recite the alphabet backwards. Listen while I'm at it, strapped down to a mattress, speaking to my shrink about my depressed life matters.
I found the Ark of the Covenant.
It said fuck the government.
No doubt that we would repent,
Cause we never gave consent.
We are believers in the heathens,
angels and the demons,
The praises and the grievous, the fractals of the hologram.
flipping off Uncle Sam, making him remember who I am.
like an American man invading Vietnam, the clean and the damned, the straight and the scam.
The Yogi in the rain will not offend those who resent criticism.
Understanding the mechanics of the mechanism, break it free from the capitalism prism to give them better than what's been given.
They are one and the same, loyalty and brainwashing. For it is taking action by virtue of a command of another, regardless of the way your own guidance system is guiding you. Loyalty will cause you to walk into the bullet or to offer a bullet to another, even though it is absolutely not in harmony with what you've intended as you've come forth into this body.
I'm Yogi in the rain, subordinate to the fame, defiance in my veins, compliance to tyrants, assigned super oil giants at their game. Time and miners triumph over your superficial desirements, evil empire requirements for the fire to stay under the hydrants. But when the planets come into alignment, it will be impossible to deny this. When David kills Goliath, destroying the diocese, the biasness that's dividing us, refining the mind with spiritual guidances, mining for the sublime, mining for the right rhyme in the right line, despite the limelight. Will you what you find tight be a crime to find light? Pump the beat across the street, infect you with the intravenous seed, interweaving the need to breathe free, intermeaning a fiend who seems to seem intermediately obscene, screaming what I've seen throughout this world like it's treating the unforeseen onto the projector screen. Clean your sins with Artesian winds, feed the fiends in your region bins, speed the sea to relieve your whims, read your creed before you believe your kin. My deeds are intrigued with weed, by all means intervene the breed of greed and supersede our dreams, taking many methylated methods that are methodically extreme, bursting at the seams like Bruce. I flow like water, like a stream, never stagnant until I'm lodged in your head like a frag grenade fragment.
Yeah, Jar Jar Binks. Check it out. We aren't here to be, we came to become. The journey always unfolds, it'll never be done. Like the set of the sun, soon it will rise again. Jar and the light with the beat and the violin. I see inside within where I find the cause of sin. At the asylum, that's where I learned to talk to him. Willingness, that's the Iliac Kim. The mirror of consciousness reflects the soldier within. The you used to longer be, you no longer are. You need the darkness that's around, see the light of the star. Working in cooperation like a binary jar. It was me on the beat with Steve Man a guitar. We are all extensions of that which man calls God. If your faith says different, then your belief is flawed. To truly understand is to know the confusion. The end of all suffering is to see through the illusion. The outside is a concept with inside your mind. So is space and the idea of linear time. Fear will dissolve in the light of understanding. The mirror never contradicts or is countermanding. It's not about the learning, but acting on the lesson. You become one with God when love is your profession. If now is all there is, everywhere is your origin. Glass isn't solid, it's fused out than oxygen. Feelings are a result of thought in the moment. Choose to take control, never ever postpone it. And its eye can be hidden as a lesser of the eagles, but will be found in the height inside of soaring eagles. Ja'Allah. Inflict on me the claw with the bloody chainsaw. There's prophets made in war and no logic in the law. Hasta la peace, the apes smoking trees, I'll be at ease when my hands can hold the keys. The overseer, supposed to serve and protect, but they disrespect, neglect, and suspect. There are other ways to feed your family that don't include the support of people's vanity. We need people out there helping one another, not raising revenue, send brothers in the gutter. The boys in blue keep us off the human zoo. Blind slaves doing what they're told to do. It's not your job to decide what's right and wrong. It's your job to keep the people free and strong. Correctional facility is a fallacy to the king who can decree. We need to set them free. No one is healed by acts of punishment. No rights are ever wronged by deeds of banishment. We will ascend when we learn from the lesson. The insolent imprisonment just adds to the oppression.
When the levee breaks, the revolution will be born. The patience well worn in the eye of the storm. When the levee breaks, the revolution will be born. The patience well worn in the eye of the storm. When the levee breaks, revolution will be born. The patience well worn in the eye of the storm. When the levee breaks, the revolution will be born. The patience well worn in the eye of the storm.
Pharmaceuticals rearranging your receptacles, moonal pupils listening to acoustical musical sitting in your cubicle. Usual, unsuitable, brutal, never movable, like crucible, irrefutable, juvenile, suitable for a funeral. Lucifer is provable, multiple individuals, delusional, unluminal. Intolerant to these fuckers, pay homage to this exonerate conglomerates. I vomit on the dishonored, prominent promises. I'm the dominant, opposite, nominate, obdurate, and I'm moderate. Constantly honor the marijuana smoking doctorate. Coordinating cooperations back to correlations with corrugated, emancipated populations. Hateful congregations lost in a void of confrontation and frustration. Get this whole place of complacence shaken. This reality that we're making when the world is for the fucking taking.
Soon you'll see me looking all seedy on the corner street, handing out a copy of this CD as a freebie. Fuck, I'll be evenly adding an exclusive film footage of a DVD of me hitting 53 bombs, which I previously hit this evening. In God we trust, whilst I thrust my crutch, I'll be throwing uppercuts into my nuts to bust them into stardust. Extremely fucked, and yes, mental man I am. Methods could never embezzle a rebel that stands to deliver nothing less than the best to my future potential fans. What can't you comprehend? Never leaving you with empty hands. And I mean to a fan, but I'm at the stage of life, transforming from a boy to a man. The mismanagement of the missile holder missing, out on a mission to deliver shards of ammunition. Have you in blissful wishing for what they've been misgiven? Now it's nothing less than perfect precision. It was never my initial decision to use the power of rap that I have been given. Over the top accounts, musical compositions, but hearing the opposition put me in all sorts of awkward positions. And now I got no other option but to listen.
When the levee breaks, the revolution will be born. The patience well worn in the eye of the storm. When the levee breaks, the revolution will be born. The patience well worn in the eye of the storm. When the levee breaks, the revolution will be born. The patience well worn in the eye of the storm.
find sources with Roxanne and Eusebius. The current testament was tenuous and nebulous. We were to meet the first contact specialist, residing on the edifice on the wings of Pegasus. He had a line, led the exodus to endlessness. The journey from the head to the heart, the sacred contracts we all signed at the start. The constellation of Cryon aligned with the belt of Orion. Jerusalem became Zion. The Mayan calendar prophesied that we would not be chastised, but fully realized with supreme knowing. The green glowing, studying the course of miracles, was psychedelic rituals, visuals of individuals. The law of one principle taught by Emmanuel. I was his apprentice, the art of transcendence, to achieve the absolute absence of resistance. Cease the persistence of all that is not love. The higher power that's inside but perceived from above. A two-dimensional shadow of a third-dimensional being. There is more to life which exists behind the smoke screen. A five-sided window you pass it with your dream. When you let go and flow with the current of the stream. The rainbow wizard visited the prism of wisdom to break free. The truth that hasn't been given. The marijuana magician listening to their transmission. There is no fee for fearlessness. It's the admission. The disclosure is near. Exposed by me and Stephen Greer. The final frontier is the night sky when it is clear. You can see them fly by as they peacefully peer, and hear the government underground as they reverse engineer. Understanding they're here is to relinquish the fear that you feel in your heart when the safety is unclear. Understanding the mechanics of the mechanism. The energy trajecting into a third dimensional prism. They can be whatever your imagination can conjure. We're back to flesh, the League of Nations we honor. We fear the unknown and we don't know them, but there are many dimension and densities within. We can explore more and more the way they shift positions and study their energy generation and propulsion systems. Redefine the definition of a cosmic condition. The prisoner, information prohibition. The Bhagavad Gita says knowledge is the great purifier. The Pentagon is a liar, the fifth will retire. Some say, how do we know that they wouldn't attack? Well, we shot at them and then they didn't shoot back.
plainly confusion, stupid, amusing, using euphemisms to get gruesome with them. Toothlessly pissing, cruciously spitting, ruthlessly, brutally wishing of the inquisition of the human man's division.
4 warlords coming forth for your door,
with the thought to thaw you with 4 drawn swords,
lined in accord for the cause, to retort my case in court.
Of course, the metaphors led to the corpse being caught.
Pig in a paddock on a horse, but of course we fought laws. Let's draw the line on the drawing board,
like Michael Moore in war.
Boiling water I poured down your open drawer, strike a floor, raw chord.
Causing delight, overexcite when these syllables unite. We're ranked in a toxic wayside.
Our verbs might
Slides expose slight insights to your personal life.
remove your human rights like whites. We're activists and writing spider dikes with mics.
Now your life is in crisis.
Slides to fight with ISIS,
With or without ice pigs.
so your eyelids
To provide this with permanent conjunctivitis.
to the leaders that think you're righteous, the newspapers will write this, saving criticism and rich people in the hybrid.
Nothing personal, it's just the way that our life is. So go back to your studio and try to defy this. Tantalizing seconds for those who fear psychological weapons and presence. You beckon my essence. I threaten 7 methods of erecting directions. Horrifying impressions of a present adolescence. Specific sections of wreckage on your neck is ripping your metal pendant from your appendage.
Yeah, tantalizing seconds for those who feel the air's precious presence against their chests as I'm pressing. Yeah, destroy everyone with nuclear weapons and free the peasants from serving lessons of oppression.
Supreme being, the all of the everything, the beginning and the end, the alpha, the omega, the sub, the substance, the question and the answer, the up, down, left, right, before and the after. I am light in the darkness that creates the light, the badness that makes the goodness good, the understanding and the being misunderstood, the all of the everything, the whole in its totality. I, the soul creator of reality, vibration generator, signal middle, focal point selector, point of attraction decider, the state of being declarer, the thought chooser, emotion guider, the getting higher and belief definer. I am God in the act of creating thyself, for experience is the currency of the one's wealth. By forgetting that I am a part of the collective, I rediscover thyself from another perspective. Jaja. As I search through the frames to reject it to the film, I made my way back from excursions to the spirit realm. I discovered darker matter in the depth to emit the energies of existence in Peru. As I pair with peripheral perception, initiate connection into a terrestrial dimension. The close encounter between man and the third kind reveal the wheel and the mysteries of time. The harmonics of the ancient sacred circuitry revealing synchronicity, tuning to this energy of memory given by Galactic Federation to the definition. Dissertation, we are all related by affiliation. The attendants of awareness, if you get the mass consensus, I am the apprentice of the alchemist cannabis. I counted on the abacus, the 4 days to Jesus of Nazareth, lays Lazarus. Time the illusion, you cannot be late. The clock says now above the Ethereum gate. The ash stuck a man in the shell of Naya, imprinting into the crops for the diver to decipher. New curious, the idol, he was a pure disciple. The archangel Michael never spoke the words of Bible, but he and Saint Germain, they lived by the flame. You can clearly hear his name tuning into his domain. Rah!
told you that everything you believe is fake. Brainwashing in your head to produce a certain mental state. Will you participate or make me patiently wait to anticipate the trace? With my fist in the air, taking hits to the face.
Raised fist, act as if I'm an activist with an axe and acid and laxatives, excreting, slapping twits with plastic dicks. Erratic habitat with a massive spliff. Drastic shift to placid like an acid trip. I'm back from Damascus with more sass than an ass kiss.
I'm bringing the battle axe, bitch, so they find you dead on top of your bedroom mattress. I'm not isolated, just acting overly passive. You know, the guy who wraps his head in alfoil and plastic because of an earlier life car accident which had quite tragic repercussions for my brain fabric.
Dab it in on dad's dick, rub it in contacts and make contact with ancient contracts. Never patient on count tracks, always waiting for the beat to bounce back. Meet the sound and slaps till the beat creaks and cracks.
I cap the one working knee of a one-legged amputee whilst yelling profanity and pushing them down 33 flights of stairs from mentally stable to insanity within 3 years of 18. Can you handle me?
If you lay a hand on me randomly, I'll be happily landing profanity, damaging you and your family. Demanding a knee, mandatory disbanding the beat, skatingly escaping the penitentiary, incomprehensively rendering who is running next to me.
Yep, XB, the two next government targets, prison escapees and ex-arsonists, to seek revenge by picking dead fetus parts to bits.
Rip your cough until your carcass is cocking it. Disregard the parking, the disabled parking slit. Hurl tar and spit. You faggots are asking it to hearken this and split your ass to your dick.
How come chicks always exasperate the size of their tits even when the bitch is using the selfie stick? Basically it makes me sick the way your boobs are still zoomed in with the intention surrounding the outward pic.
How about I pull your arm from your armpit, write psalms in your palm with a musket, show you what's a rhyme in this dumb pick. I come with a cunt kick like dumping your mum with a brass trumpet.
My whole life I've been a dumb shit, banging my head on the floor to see if I can numb it. Wake up like Rain Man and let the facts plummet. Expose the placement of the US president, the G20 summit.
How do you market the smartest, darkest artist? After the last kid told you to shove shards of glass in various parts of your ass quick. Bastard disaster masters. After the spliff and laughter, we split like a nasty father. After faster pasta.
Well, you can take your chance. Quite honestly, I think half of these other rappers should start DJing in trance. And fuck it, that's cool, cause I like to dance on top of your gravesite while setting fire to ants.
Are you ready for XP? So,
you know who the fuck this is?
Once again.
Damn, good morning. Chilling on a mountain top, sipping on some fruit juice.
Hell yeah.
Riding dry. Can't you see that peace is the way? Peace is the way. Riding dry. Can't you see that peace is the way? Peace is the way.
When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words to wisdom, saying let it be, it was destiny for CGXB and me to make the living life family. This isn't about getting, it's about letting go. Side rises for free, it costs nothing to grow. But when you let go, you flow gently downstream. Realize that life is but a dream. I wanna be crazy and free, like when I was a child. No fucks to give, I always had a smile. Hanging out was the style, now I get it back with some help from the sack. The green burst to black. I love the way curiosity was sparked as I invoke the wanting and the reaching of the higher frequency, energy, vibration. People of the sun, the one earth being nation. There is never obligation of the opportunity. Without the separation, there is not a unity. We need to set them free, why don't we let them stay? They're turning around the boats, here is theirs anyway. Life is creation, no reaction, repulsion, no retraction, attention, no distraction. Gifted by the grace of infinite space, blessed with the sounds of the Glock and the bass. Bass.
So peace is the way, seems like it's opposite day. Today for say, lay the graves of the brave. Peace to the Middle East and all that shit. For I am no longer a sick, sadistic son of a bitch. I've now got a grip that'll never slip. Dip and sink like a torn old ship. Picture that just a little bit before you let rip and split your matter to bits. Shatter the grip. If I could just let peace sweep me off my feet and sink beneath the devilish sheet that's gripping on me, I bet my eyes will see a better world to be. Another day ahead to deceivingly change my enemies and let lovers be free. Innocence to those under the guilty plea who were mysteriously tied in by the FB. I who mistakenly chose me. So it's my fault, I was born, spawned a pile of thorns, heart of a leprechaun, strength of Decepticons, God's dropping them on. So when I grab my horns to start this world reborn, redrawn on a new level of prawns. This is a chessboard, and right now I put down the swords and floorboards. Violence is no more.
Violence is right.
Well, that's my life in a nutshell, prior to the night. But I wanna move on and forget old shit held tight in my old life that makes it hard to sleep at night. Sometimes I wanna give up this fight, might just jump out of a plane at full height in its flight and aim for the right wing propeller to give the world below a last taste of Xavier Bella.
Raps will clean you like my dinner plate. Read your inner fate and the landscape escapes. A man breaks an atom and the world palpitates. Can you fathom who orchestrates acts of hate? Smack corrupt, fat whack cats with Columbine reenacts. Snap spineless backs with mindless acts of violence. Raps is spineless tracks, so rewind it back. To mind my mind, I left it behind my crack. Might find it in time, hip-hop's a dying diamond of fact. A lot of high flying and lying, it's whack. A lot of hype climbing on my back. Try type rhyming with your sack while your head back max. Attached, act relaxed, cursed like black cats. Edible verse that impacts but stays intact like ancient contracts. Humans used to have a core for sure. Now they're just a shell to sell, moving ever parallel with hell. In infinite space, sit there with faith and watch the destruction come and overtake. Clock the disruption, only a minute, you should wait. Divine evolution watches I illustrate specific mechanisms and valves of the system we need to savagely gouge.
Open your eyes. Can't you see that peace is the way? Peace is the way. Oh, open your eyes. Can't you see that peace is the way? Peace is the way.
Shit we think we need to do. Does it appeal to you that we all are one and free? Do you agree that I am you and what I see is me? When St. Paul said, die unto death, he meant die to the past for every moment's in your breath. We wanna have so you could do, so you could be. But if you be, then you will have, and you will do, and you'll be free. I believe we're fearless, releasing, guided and assisted, powerfully experienced, forever trusted, uplifting, optimistic, inspired and flowing. The greatness receiving, activated, forever growing, flexible, malleable, content and connected, wonderful, impeccable, supremely respected, enthusiastic, soothing, becoming a beautiful, marvelously relaxed, exhilaration's impeccable, clear, concise, wise, calm and expanded, the mastery majestically, tremendously outstanding, spacious, gracious, please engaged and willing, infinite, eternal, the unfold but never ending, on the leading edge, The wake is conscious commanding, aligned harmoniously, unifyingly enchanting. Absolutely, completely supported and strong, unconditionally grateful, grounded for we belong. If love is in your heart, then you can never be wrong. I know the Steve is up there bumping out to this song. And so from this moment until eternity, that's just how it is, man, and forever it shall be.